Hello and welcome to my channel, Meandrius Plays. We are continuing our Folktails Cliffside playthrough, and this is episode 8. I can't believe this is my 8th video already. If you are new here, please like and subscribe if you like the video, and if you are not new here, thank you for coming back. Glad to see you. Um, we're going to address a few things. Number one, I had made episode 7 before I had posted episode 6. And there was actually quite a few suggestions on episode 6. And it turns out I did most of them on episode 7 already. So I guess great minds think alike. And that's awesome. One suggestion that I actually got from two separate people was to have this area up here, this bad water flow, have some water wheels for power. It's gonna flow 2 out of the 3 cycles, just not during a drought. And our windmill's already right here, so it'd be easy to hook up the power spine to them. And yeah, I actually think that's a great idea. We are going to do that. That just means we have to reposition our bad water pump. And that's going to be easy enough. We can put it up here. That'll be just fine. So that's probably what we're going to get started on and do those suggestions. All right. Easiest way to get up here. I know I'm still dependent on ladders. Easiest way is going to be to ladder on up here. Just like that. And we go to water. I'm going to unpause it. There's no reason for it to still be paused. I guess I can't put it right over the source. But if we can't put it there either. Okay. Still no problem. I think. Can't build over that either. So it's still not a problem. I swear it's not. We can make this work. We can just put 2 platforms there. It looks like a problem right now, but it's not. There we go. And we can make this work. And that will pump. Unfortunately, our bad water pump will take some of the flowing bad water before it hits our water wheels. But I don't really want it down here because that will mix with good water as well. And having the wrong type of water lowers the pump's speed. If you have a good water pump in bad water, in mixed water, it's slow down, and so is the bad water pump. I believe this medium tank was going to have bad water. Yes, it was. And we'll do obtain. So now we just got to build this one up here, which involves building these ladders. We'll go from there. Once this one is built, I'll delete this one and get the water wheels up and running over here. Yeah, one of the comments was that I didn't have my last gravity battery hooked up, and I did actually address that on episode 7 here. So thank you guys for looking out and pointing those things out to me. There are also a few other issues like the stairs here that we had to delete. I am just ecstatic that you guys are commenting on stuff like that. There very easily could be something I missed. I missed it that episode. I missed it episode 6. But I kind of like the fact that we addressed a lot of the things in the next episode. One of the suggestions was specifically, and I quote, build a 3x3 levee with a fluid dump behind the 2 large piles of lumber. Then you could have this irrigated. We did that. Like, that was such a serendipitous moment that I did that, and it was suggested. And I did it before I saw the suggestion. Yeah, that one was the kicker. The other ones were kind of like, yep, I just overlooked that. This was like an entirely unrelated idea, unrelated to anything we've done before, and it matched up perfectly. It made my day. All right, so We got bad water coming in. Our explosive factory is starting now. That's very much so exciting. Let's let that go. To use our explosives, we're going to have to unlock dynamite. And we have the science. So now we can start blowing up terrain. Very excited to have that possibility. So each dynamite will blow one tile up. If you unlock double dynamite, it blows 2 tiles up. 2 tiles down, I should say. It blows up 2 tiles down, if that makes sense. So the depth is 2. Triple dynamite, the depth is 3. So, you'll look at the cost for this dynamite. The double and triple just require extract, which is made in the centrifuge. It's made from bad water and logs. And it actually takes less bad water to make the extract than it does to make a dynamite. So it is cheaper if you're trying to go farther down to use the double and triple dynamite. In addition, each dynamite has to be quote unquote built, which I envision more as placed. So there's less labor if you're using the double and triple. That's not to say that the single can't also be useful. So, yeah, I think we're going to build a path over here for the beavers. We're going to build a small warehouse for explosives. We really should have another warehouse near this for it as well. Then we just brainstorm on that a little bit. Let me just delete these. Since they're dead, I think if I just draw anything over them, they get deleted. Yep. They were bugging me for whatever reason. Taken care of. No big deal. I think it might make sense to have another way across over here. So I'm actually going to do that. And we need the triple platforms for that. There we go. Or the bridge would have been a great option as well if we had, you know what? I'm going to get it. We have a good opportunity to use it, and we have the research. Why not? So this will be a lot more cost effective as a way for our beavers to get across there. Fortunately, it means they're not dipping in the water like they are over here. But, so they're not getting the wet fur bonus. But I think they'll be just fine. Drought is approaching. So, that does mean that this water wheel project is probably lower priority now because this won't be flowing during the drought. So, I'm still going to probably pause that one and build small tanks over here to replace these ones. We're going to empty the bad water, delete. I'm going to unpause it. I don't want you guys to just watch a paused screen all the time. So I'm trying to keep the game going most of the time. Let's see, what am I looking for? Storage. There we go. You know, and we actually got room up here. I'm just going to straight up build a medium tank up here. And that can be set to supply. There. And we got the planks to spare for that, so that should be just fine. I'm going to set it to bad water before I forget. And this can be deleted. And so can this. We have plenty of logs to spare, so we can definitely still put these water wheels in. They just won't be super useful here in a moment. In 2.5 days, they won't be useful. But for now, they're still going to do stuff, so let's take advantage of that. I'm going to put them a little higher priority so they don't build these power shafts before them and lose access to it. Kind of wish I didn't build this warehouse right here. Oh, this treated planks warehouse blocking this gravity battery. Bad me, Andreas. That's not how you were supposed to do that. So let's find a new home for that. Treated planks warehouse. We don't need a lot of treated planks. We'll put it over here. Treated planks. There's not even any here. Let's delete it. Now this gravity battery can store more. Sweet. How are we doing on labor? We actually could use a few more beavers, I think. So let's get that ready by deleting these and building a double lodge right here. Perfect. Maybe not perfect. Perfect would imply that there's not a better spot, but it's exactly where I wanted it to be. That doesn't mean it's perfect. Let's see. We had a roof and a shrub. Good. Scarecrows require paper, which we don't have access to yet. I'm confident enough. I think we can demolish the Wheel of Shame. Erase its existence, shameful existence from our colony. No beaver has to run on that any longer. Good. That's all set. So our forester's planting over there. Okay. Okay. Perfectly acceptable. Before this drought, let's blow some stuff up. I am actually going to build a staircase there as well. Okay. These water wheels done? No, they're not. Again, we probably have very few beavers. Builders right now. Builder beavers. But that will be remedied with this fine double lodge. It'll give us at least 6 more. Do we have any Justins left? We do not. All of our Justins have passed away. It's the end of Justin Beaver. Well, life carries on. Interesting. Okay. I see what's going on. So we got one of the water wheels complete. It's not hooked up to the power yet. I think we can get both of them done before the drought. Not that it matters a whole lot, but they will help charge our gravity batteries when this is flowing. All right. Food's looking good. Water's looking good. I would like to start advancing towards these large tanks. And actually, there's really nothing keeping us from building the large tanks right now. They require a lot of metal and a lot of gears. But let's go ahead and unlock that. And this will hold so much water for us. I'll start with one over there, and then I'll empty. I'll empty that one. No, this path. I still want their showers, regardless if they can get their wet for other ways. Just feels right that these civilized beavers should shower every now and then. It's just a personal opinion. So we'll make sure that they shower. I do want a large tank closer to their living quarters here. So with that, I think we will build platforms here to make this 3x3 space. Storage. Large water. It's at water. It's at obtain. We'll set that one to water too. We got plenty of projects for these beavers to build. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if the water wheels actually contributed to the power or not before we hit the drought. I apologize. I missed that action. I'll be better next time. Okay. Yeah, we just have a lot of construction projects at the moment. So, whoa, this one's at obtain. We don't want that at obtain. Just accept. This one will be obtained. Part of the reason I built that bridge earlier was I do want... You know what? No, you don't know what. You can't read my mind. Okay, there is a little bit for this guy to do. We'll turn him back on to harvest those oaks here. And then we'll delete them. No, I changed my mind. We'll delete them now. And then I'll get rid of some of these roads. And we'll put a warehouse right here. That doesn't make more sense. Yeah, it's a horse piece. We'll put it there, and that'll be our main explosive storage. The reason I decided to delete that lumberjack flag after all is it just makes more sense to build another one over here that can reach all of these trees, the dead ones included. We are going through our wood at a startling rate at this moment. We're getting kind of low. We could always build another road over here to harvest these oaks. We're not in a huge hurry, and most of these oak seedlings they'll be coming online soon enough. A couple of these don't get water from this at the moment. Interesting. It must be because this dropped down a little bit. This back one that we're still pumping out of. Yep. So be it, I guess. I'm actually going to pause that large tank. Or should I? Actually, we don't have anything else going, so we'll keep it going. That large tank is going to require more gears. They'll come. Oh, our gravity batteries are... We have exceeded our ability to produce power with the windmills alone. And that's why I thought those water wheels were such a good idea. Unfortunately, we didn't get them built in time. So, how can we expand our power during a drought? Well, the quickest and easiest way would be to build more windmills over here. And I think that is exactly what we're going to do. Windmill there. And nope, not there. And a windmill there. Connect those. I'm going to leave it at that for now. And because this water wheel is here, it's nice and handy that we can just build another power shaft here, and then these windmills are connected. Very good. I'm happy about that. Happy how that worked out. I mean, totally planned. Yes. I'm a genius that thinks 12 steps ahead. Maybe not. I'm lucky if I plan 2 steps ahead, to be honest, guys. All right. So, other goals. Hey, our maple trees are coming online. That makes me think eventually, pretty soon, we'll have maple trees, maple syrup. That makes me think we should get some wheat going. Let's I could build over here. I do kind of want to harvest those berries and plant some dandelions maybe, so I have some antidote in case I mess up. It's better to be prepared. Um, we don't need a lot of dandelions though, and it's a forester actually that plants the dandelions. With that in mind, let's use this forester. Plant just a handful of dandelions here where they can reach. Funnily enough, they can reach down here too. So we'll do that. We'll let those grow and then we'll harvest those. I am going to make a storage for berries. Where should I put the storage for berries? Let's see. Food storage can be by their recreation stuff. I'm okay with that. That could be berries. Berries, 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 right there. Unpause this guy. Only thing is, we will need a gatherer to gather these dandelions. Luckily, we can put them right there and they can reach all of those. I deleted this road so that we can plant another tree there. I'm not sure why that path went that far. It's unnecessary. It's addressed now. We now have a tree growing in that spot. And our lumber has rebounded fantastically. We don't need anyone in the bad water pump while we don't have... Oh, bad water flowing. We don't have any water left here. This thing has sucked it dry. So we can pause that too, actually. And if we need more water, we can delete this levee. I think, honestly, I think I might just replace all of these with double floodgates so I can let water out here if I want. We're not walking on that anyway, and it would be able to hold more water in here. So if this goes dry, that would be a good time to do it. Or even at the start of the next temperate cycle will be a fine time to do that as well. Do we have double floodgates unlocked? We don't. We do now. And they work exactly like normal floodgates. They're just too high. So you can control the height all the way from 2.0 to 0. We'll probably have them somewhere around like 0.8 or so. Yeah. Or we could probably make one of them a sluice. And then if we decide that we want water flowing in here constantly, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, we could make the sluice do that. And we can always turn the sluice off if we need to preserve our irrigation. Dynamite, some dynamite's ready to blow up. Not as much dynamite as I'd like, but some of it was. Landscaping. Another dynamite. More right there. And there. And they can get up top here too, so they can reach all of that even. Blow that one up. There we go. But the problem is, this area is much further from our dynamite storage. But it'll be okay. It looks like our lodge is now full of beavers. We have a lot of kits again, but we had a lot of beavers grow up as well. So all of our jobs that we don't have in are this inventor hut that we put at the lowest priority just to fill in if we get too many beavers, and then our haulers. So the 5 unemployment, it's not a super big deal. We still have 7 haulers. But part of that is because we have our large water pump turned off and our bad water pump turned off. That is 4 labor that we are actually missing at the moment. Let's see. Maybe I didn't plan this very well. I should have left some place for a... Now, why are these maples cut? Because I told them to. Let's change that, though. Since this one was cut just recently, I am going to demolish that resource. And I'll put just a small tank for the maple syrup. It won't be enough, but it'll be something near that tapper shack to get some storage. And maple syrup. I am all over the place today. I apologize. We'll let those berries grow. The reason we started talking about the berries was because I wanted to grow wheat because of maple. And when we started talking about berries, I then started talking about dandelions. I apologize. I really got off track. I do want to find a spot to grow some wheat. Just a matter of where would be the best spot. Up here, we could put another... That I'm going to. Another irrigation system. I don't want to fill up this whole thing because a lot of water will be lost to evaporation there. But if we do something like this, then that is a 1 deep 3x3 area that we can put a fluid dump in, and then we'll have all of this area. This might be where we kind of migrate a lot of our food production to. I think that would be good. We have 2 injured beavers. We have 2 medical beds, so it's not a bad situation yet. But with that explosive factory, that has a much higher chance than some of these other buildings of the beavers getting injured. I want to stay ahead of that. So I'm going to build a 3rd medical bed before, just be a little proactive. So before we need it, we get that. And these small tanks aren't really worth the space they're taking up now. So we can delete them. Now what to put in its place? So these monuments work exactly like the aesthetics. They provide a well-being bonus, but they, instead of just a aesthetics bonus, it's a awe bonus. And they are a larger value, and they are more costly. But I don't think it would be bad at all. We can afford 200 logs to build this farmer monument. And right now it's by our crops. It just seems appropriate. Let's do it. We are willy-nilly spelling all this science, and that is all thanks to our observatory. That is what has made this possible. All right, we have our other windmills up and running, but our gravity batteries are still empty. Wind is going again. We're still not producing enough power to power everything. However, working hours are now over, so our batteries are charging. That's the good news. Ooh, really might want a few more windmills. There. Hopefully that'll be enough for our current needs. Of course, when the wind completely stops, there's not much we can do about it. It is intermittent, so we need enough power to charge, enough excess power to be charging these batteries when the wind is blowing. Okay, it's still not great levels of wind, but it's not even the amount that we need. Interesting. Did I delete the Wheel of Shame too soon, guys? It's possible. Because I really wish these batteries just had more charge. Okay, it's after working hours. They're charging again. I like how full our reservoir stayed there. It wasn't a super long drought, but it stayed full back here. The only issue was that we ran into is this ran out because this just pumps so much stinking water out. But we still have 1,000 water. So it really wasn't even that big of a deal. Let's add that fluid dump that we were talking about. But let's do it a little bit smarter. I guess I don't know how much smarter it is. But we can put those platforms there so that once this is irrigated, this is all going to be growing area. And on that platform, we can build the efficient farmhouse. There. I like that. It looks nice. Like I said, I didn't want to fill up this whole thing. That would be a lot of evaporation. But it was kind of nice that it's kind of set up for this already. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Drought is almost over. Those dandelions aren't growing very well. Oh, let's unpause this gatherer flag so that they will gather the dandelions. What was your job before that? I'm not sure. But you are harvesting dandelions. Excellent, excellent. To use those dandelions, we will need this herbalist. But the herbalist does need paper. So does the scarecrow that we wanted for extra aesthetics bonus. Part of me says, let's build a paper mill. We got the materials for it. We have the labor for it. But we don't really have the power for it. It would be yet another power consumer. We are struggling with power right now, to be honest. It is. I don't know if the RNG gods have just cursed us for wind speed this cycle, but our power has not been adequate. Not at all. All right, back to another cycle though. Wet cycle, temperate cycle. I click this so I can see through the water again. Let's keep blowing that up. And dynamite, when you explode it, I have it hotkeyed already, but you could either click here or set it to a hotkey. When you click it, it's armed and it blows up all the adjacent ones. And it's actually really satisfying. It's very therapeutic. So every bit that we deepen this reservoir is more storage for us. So that's, of course, also wonderful. Now, why are we flooding there? I'm not sure why that happened. Probably because we're on 3 times speed, so the water physics got wonky. No, just come through there. All right, our water wheels, our amazing, awesome water wheels are spinning again. Oh, I didn't mean to pause that. Sorry. Meant to unpause the bad water pump. Now, with that extra power, we should get some... it's highly variable right now while we're waiting for this to stabilize. It's kind of interesting that it's going so wonky. But that should definitely help here. If we were smarter, we could build and probably still can if we try, build levees here. And what that will do is it'll force the bad water to go only through our water wheels, which will increase their power flow. It is based on the speed the water is flowing through them. Okay, when the windmills aren't turning, we're still losing power. I think it'll do a lot better. This will help charge those batteries during the temperate cycles and during the bad tide. Bad tides. We got this back up and running. Honestly, we should consider another one of those. Maybe I should have built the bridge here so we had room for... Yeah, that would have been smarter. We'll probably change that at some point here. For right now, it's okay. When we need another large water pump, which these pump so much, I don't think we need one for a while yet. But when we do, we'll have it ready. This guy has finished harvesting all of those logs. There are no more berries over here. We can delete that gatherer flag. This is irrigated. These beavers have nothing to do. We haven't told them to plant anything. We don't need a whole lot of food up here at the moment. I want to get a little bit of wheat going. Maybe something like that for now. You know what? I'm also going to build some sunflowers. Plant some sunflowers. They're bad for food for space, but it's another food type that keeps our beavers happy. So let's do that. Yeah. Maybe we can put 2 in here. How's our labor looking now that missing quite a few haulers? We're not making treated planks or iron at the moment. I would like to get some of these built. Now that we have power again, it's probably the time to put more beavers to work in those industries. To build up a little bit of stockpile if we need it. Beavers aren't getting enough wet fur. They don't have enough contemplation spots. That's these guys. We can put those very easily wherever. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it doesn't matter if we build a path here. We're not actually increasing the number of spots available. But I will put down some more contemplation spots. There. Why not? 1 right there too. Let's get that well-being up. Keep getting those bonuses. It's really nice to keep up with that. We so greatly, we like tripled with these 2 water tanks. We tripled our water storage. That's excellent. I just don't know if we'll have time to fill it up before the next drought or bad tide. Drought again already, and it's a drought, so our water wheels will not be spinning later. We'll have to keep that in mind. We also won't have any bad water to pump. So any explosives we want to build, we got to build now. We got maple syrup, guys. All right. Let's see. I think at the start of this drought, we're going to end this video because I keep saying I don't want these videos to be too long that you guys will get bored. Things we accomplished today include expanding this power. We got these water wheels up and running. We got some large tanks, which is massive. And we got a new farming location. All very good stuff. We even deepened our reservoir. So we increased our water storage in tanks and our water storage as natural water. And let's blow these up before the start of that drought so that we can fill up that extra space before the water stops flowing. When you explode the dynamite in the water, it does create a wave, and that's what's causing some of this flooding. It's just the explosions. It goes away very quickly. Nothing to worry about there, really. Boom, boom. Okay, I'm happy with the progress here. Our oaks are about to come in. We are eating through our wood. These levees up here to build this irrigation spot did eat into some of that. But the whole reason we planted so many trees is to use the wood. So, yeah, we're putting it to good use. We're getting some dandelions stored up. We're almost full on them already, even. Don't really want to dedicate much for storage space for dandelions. Maybe wherever I end up putting that herbalist, it might just be up here out of the way. We'll build a small storage near there for the dandelions. Because we don't need a whole lot at all. Dandelions right there. Excellent. Get another explosion off before the drought. You might even get one more off. Two more even. We'll see. Where's the beaver that's building this one? It's almost out of work hours, that's why. Well, let's just blow up the one. No, wait, there's... Where are you going now? Now it's after work hours. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. No problem. You still got a little more room for maple syrup. The bakeries that we bake the maple pastries in does not require power, but the grist mill that we grind the wheat into wheat flour does. All right. We're lucking out, I think, in these droughts. I feel like we had longer droughts earlier on. 13-day drought, we're perfectly fine. Even with the higher population, I think we're going to be A-okay. And I'm glad to see it. Yeah. Okay. So, if you watched to the end, thank you so much. I am really enjoying all the comments, the likes. I feel this is going very positive. I hope you guys are having as much fun watching these videos as I'm having making them and interacting with you. It's a great time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.